What's up, everybody? What's going on? This is your man B-Dot here from the TLC Live crew. Let's get into it. Before we get, any further into the show, I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to, further your podcast experience. If you haven't heard about Anchor, that's the platform that TLC uses to record their podcast. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain the biggest thing for you. It's free. No money, no nothing. Just make an account. Get it up there. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from the phone to the computer, so you don't need any of the fancy podcast equipment to get started. You can go ahead and do that right from your phone. You feel me? Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other podcast platforms around the world. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So that means you don't have to have a required amount of viewers in order to get your money off of this podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast is all in this one Anchor app. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, anchor.fm to get started. You could download the free Anchor app from either your Android store or Google Play store or your Apple store. Again, that's anchor.fm. All right, this is B-Dot signing out.
This beat is infectious. Okay, poor choice of words. All right, DJ, bring in the hits.
Bring it.
Stop that friend, you ain't getting no money. I was down now, I'ma make it out Sunday. Yeah, I pray to God, don't church on Sunday. Sending out mail, caught a Tyreek Hill. I was down bad, had to flex, had to show my skill. Want a championship ring, I ain't worried about bills. I ain't going back broke, I've been down that road. I ain't going back broke, put that on my soul. I just went downtown for the permit on the pole. Most niggas so lame, I be hanging with the bows. Said the price so good, if I don't know you was a dub. When nigga moving shit, would've thought I was a plug. When nigga making plays, would've thought I was the cook. 48 laws, I be reading my books. They don't think a nigga smart, they just think I looks. I ain't way too many hits, I be laying down hooks. I been all the way down, I got nothing to say now. I'm too deep in my feelings. My mama, she need me. My whole family don't see me. I need money, believe it. You just trying to beat me. You don't see that I'm bleeding. I'm just trying to be soft. That front, you ain't getting no money. I was down now, I'ma make it out Sunday.
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Alright, good. Probably sound a little better in my AirPods too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we about to go ahead and get this thing underway. I already got it recording. Everything is picking up. We all good.
Sure.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It is that time again. You already know the fucking vibes. It's the live crew. For the culture, by the culture. Stay live and you ain't got to get live. I got another special guest here coming out of the 910. A dope producer. I've actually listened to a few of his songs. And more songs than I knew, matter of fact, which is crazy. And, yes, sir. Especially, with my guy Jack. I fuck with Jack Doyo the long way, and you done did a dope track list with my mans, yo. And this, I just started listening to Yellow Jacket 2 as well.
For sure.
I just saw she had commented on a post that I had put up there from the Connect the Culture event, and I was like, let me click and see what this is. And I click it, I'm like, oh, this shit's dope. So
yeah, she's
big,
Tesh is hard.
Yes, sir. So big shout outs to her and big shout outs to you as well as for the ear that you have for the music. That shit is dope. Like, you have a dope ass ear. Everybody's putting the rocket ships in the chat. Everybody is going up.
Yes, sir.
So without further ado, I got my man prolificyouafool coming up here for the live crew special as a guest on the show. I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself for everybody that's listening.
What's good, everybody? Appreciate you having me on here, bro. Definitely a dope platform. Looking forward to watching you grow that. So I'll say that first and foremost before I get started.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate the opportunity for sure. But what's good, everybody? Everybody in here pretty much know me. For people that's gonna watch this that don't know me, my name is Prolific. I'm out here located in Charlotte, Concord area. Got my own studio. I'm a producer. I'm an engineer, master tracks, and I'm also a songwriter as well. I work with a couple of artists. A few of my main artists, just to name them off. Jack Doyo, Supernovaaaa, Tesh, and I gotta name my boy Jaron Smalls because we just dropped a single just yesterday. So he definitely going crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The R&B. So big shout out. I work with a plethora of producers as well. Shout out my boy Lo. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely one of the top producers. I collab with Jaron Smalls as well as him being an artist. He produces as well. But yeah, big shout out to definitely those two guys, Simple K, G Beats. I do a lot of work with those individuals, so big shout out to those guys for sure.
Shout out. That's litty. That's good to see that, you know, you've had your hand in a lot of different places and a lot of different projects. You know, that goes to show for the track record, man. Like, you know, you a commodity out here. People like working with you, so that's always dope to see.
For sure.
And that's good to see that you don't have a problem doing that. I love seeing people in the industry that have no problem working with, you know, whoever they can work with at that moment. Because that shows humbleness, you know.
It's always it's all right. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Nah, but it's always good to you know what I'm saying, take advantage of opportunity. Like, that's something I didn't always do. I didn't always work with the people that wanted to work with me. Mm-hmm. But I think that's something I definitely, like, took advantage of and, like, learned. I ran with that this year for sure. And that, like, a result of that was, you know, I had a lot of work get put out. So I definitely advise, like, you know, anybody watching this, like, work with the people that want to fuck with you. Like, don't waste time trying to, you know what I'm saying, fuck with the people that ain't, you know what I'm saying,
right.
They kind of got you off to the side here and there, but, you know what I'm saying, that's cool. Just keep working your move, because there's people out there that's going to fuck with you still. So,
right.
And I'm a testament to that.
Right.
Sure.
It's definitely always going to be somebody that's going to rock with the movement regardless. I've had plenty of conversations with people like that. They be like, man, I don't even know if I want to drop this, blah, blah, et cetera. I don't feel like nobody going to fuck with it. I'm like, look, it don't. Listen, there's always going to be at least a handful of people regardless. If you were expecting 100, 200, 300, 1,000, as long as you got that handful, you still did something. You hit somebody, and that's all that matters, because it's music. The goal at the end of the day is to touch somebody, make somebody feel it, give somebody a vibe. It doesn't matter how many it is, because it's your craft. It's what you like to do. So, you know, that's really all that matters with it. So we're going to get a little bit into, you know, your backstory as a producer, as an artist, as a writer. What exactly was like your motivating factor for you to be like, you know what, I think I found something that I want to do, and then to do it and then find out that you're dope at it? Like, how did that come about?
So I started producing in college. I went to Wingate University. That's like about 45 minutes outside of Charlotte. Mm-hmm. So like, I started producing like my junior year, but I think that came from I played sports as well. I played football in college too. So I think, you know, in them later years, you know, I started to realize, I'm like, all right, I love football, but I don't know anything about myself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't really know anything else outside of my sport. So I was around this particular guy named Hans. I don't think Hans in here. I sent it to him, but Hans, we played the same position. Like, we played the same position in football, and he rapped. And that was the first person I've been around that was like a rapper for real. And I'm like a real rapper I knew in person. So I'm like, yo, like, your music's straight. And I used to joke with him. I was like, bro, I'm going to start making your beats. Because, like, I came from, I used to play orchestra. I played the viola growing up.
Wow.
So, like, I had this idea of, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, music come together. So, you know what I'm saying? There's different parts of music and they come together.
Thanks.
So, I guess I took the idea of that and, like, I really started applying it to that situation. I seen him and my boy Nova, Supernovaaaa. They made a song together, like off this beat. Everybody went crazy. It was like that. When I seen them perform that motivated me to take like producing seriously. But I wouldn't say I got like real crafty, you know what I'm saying, like quality wise until like 2018ish. I was definitely making some different stuff, but like. And the passion has always been there, but I think like quality wise, I really started making good music in 2018, and like me and Nova are like really in the bag. Like it was just like me and him for real. So
yeah. Shout out to that man Supernovaaaa, by the way. Dope ass artist. Dope artist. You had a question. Somebody had posted a question down there in the app for you. They ready for you to drop bangers. They's like, can you list the three of your top songs in your catalog right now to you?
I say my top 3 right now that I'm vibing with that's out. I say Vibes Only, definitely, that just dropped yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like man, we wrote that song, produced that song, wrote that song in like an hour. And I knew that shit was like, I was like, man, that shit gonna go. Dundada.
Yes,
I got
sir.
with Jack Doyo. That was the very first song we ever made together.
That's dope.
And the rest was history when we made that song. And then I'll say Super Easy. Super Easy is my biggest song I done dropped this year with Supernovaaaa. And that shit was definitely in its own pocket, and it definitely got us some respect. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm definitely vibing.
Streams.
Whew, boy, listen, y'all out here doing numbers out here.
Yeah,
Y'all doing numbers.
Put in work.
Hey, my guy just hopped in the chat. What's up, Jack? What's going on, my guy? But yeah, y'all doing numbers, man, and that shit's dope that you're doing that, because I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, we don't care about the numbers per se, but it's always good to see, that people are really rocking with it, and people are loving what you're putting out there. It's just a little bit, like, cause I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't check my numbers that often, but every now and then I'll go back and look at my analytics and be like, okay, I just need to see where I'm at, just to give me like a little area to see what I need to do.
Yeah, numbers is cool for real, because I think the disconnect with the numbers is like when people start moving by the numbers. You feel me? And it's like it's never cool to move by the numbers, because you gonna always work yourself into a position that you don't fuck with.
Right.
But like, if you know what I'm saying, it's good to look at the numbers and feel good about the numbers and shit, because you know what I'm saying, that is work. Like you said, people digesting your work and shit, they're taking time out to listen to you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I never fought anybody for looking at their numbers, and they never fought anybody for keeping track of their numbers, because it feels good to know that you feel good to know somebody out there listening.
Facts. It is. It's a great feeling. Like, I can remember when I first dropped I really started the podcast like 2 years ago.
Okay.
But I bullshitted. I did. I bullshitted with it for like a year and a half. I wasn't taking it serious. I was coming up with excuses as to why I couldn't do it, why I didn't have time to do it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I had a pretty decent following when it first came out, but once I stopped dropping content regularly, people was like, yeah, okay. And then I lost them. And that was it. So I had to get them back up. I mean, granted, I didn't have as many people listening back then as I do now. But, now it's crazy, because I'll look every now and then, because my brother may tell me, like, yo, did you look at your statistics for this on whatever platform app you had? I'm like, nah, man, I ain't looked there. He said, dog, you need to look. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. I guess I need to drop some more shit then. So, it put me in overdrive mode. So I will say that is beneficial when you do that, because every now and then that puts you in that mode, to just keep going. Yeah, because now you wanna drop more shit, because they like, okay, if they fucking with this, they not gonna know what to do when I drop this out, like so on and so forth. Exactly. And I know you as a producer I know that's in your category, because you like, man, this, just wait till I pull this out the bag, like some shit like that.
Hey, look, I'm always like, man, that's one thing I always push my artists to do. I'm like, bro, drop this, like, bro, put this out, like, let's drop this, let's be strategic, you know what I'm saying, how we doing it, like, let's make sure it makes sense, but, like, let's go ahead and put this shit out for people to hear, because, you know what I'm saying, I know it's going to receive well with people, so I always try to push that on my artists for sure, like, bro, like, don't be afraid to, you know what I'm saying, let people hear your music, bro, and, like, you might feel like it ain't time for something, but, you know what I'm saying, it might be that time, you might just need to let that shit go. Because you're going to make better music with repetition. You feel me? So, I always push that for sure.
Definitely got to let that shit go. Shout out to my boy Mook. He just popped in the chat from Tracks Unlimited. That's a dope ass artist as well. My man Mook does everything for real. He's a man of many hats. He does a lot of shit. So,
for sure, tap in with me, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you tap in with him. Tap in with my guy here. So as far as, you know, I've talked to a lot of artists when it comes to that connection that you have, you know, with the producer. And I've gotten that from the artist side. I haven't had, you know, a producer to come up on the show and give his, you know, what his version of that would be as to how important it is to have that relationship between the artist and the producer. Explain that for you.
That shit is vital for real. Like, in terms of like longevity, you know what I'm saying? Like, really establishing a sound. Like, you need at least one artist that's gonna like trust you in your process and like be willing to grow with you. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? I got that myself with Nova. You know what I'm saying? I'll make beats, man. Like, he'll just hop on that shit. He'll be like, yo, like, let's just cook something up. Like, he wouldn't be like, yo, let's make some R&B. Yo, let's make some, I want to hear some trash shit, bro. I ain't trying to hear that other shit. Like, he'll be like, bro, let's create for real.
Yeah.
So, like, I think in terms of that, it's very vital. I know a lot of producers, you know what I'm saying, they hop around different artists, they get placements and stuff, and that's cool, too. But, like, as far as, like, longevity, you know what I'm saying, some of your top producers came in with an artist. Like, Metro Boomin came in with an artist.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, a lot of these, like, some of your really good writers, like what's their names? Teddy. They wrote a lot for, like, Janet Jackson and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have some of your top producers of all time, like, they had that artist they was able to connect with and, like, do great things with. So,
it's vital.
I think that's very vital.
It's real vital. And you're right. It's always, you know, every artist has, you know, that one producer that they're like, you look, if I can't go to nobody else, I know I'm going to tap in with this guy right here because he knows. It's to the point where they could be like, look, I'm on the way to the studio, give me something. And the producer can just pull that out the catalog and be like, yep, I already know what he's looking for type shit. Exactly. So that's dope that you've got that connection with your artists, because, I mean, and that shows that you genuinely care about your craft and you care about the artist as well. So I love running into producers like that because I plug them in with anybody and everybody I can get them plugged in with, because, you know, artists look for that. And crazy enough, I've come to find out that it's not. It's a lot of producers like that, but at the same time, it's not. It's a few that are just about, you know, getting the beat off, getting the money for it, and then dipping, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of producers, like, and producing is like, I say it is easier now because it's just a different environment. Like, when I first started making beats, there wasn't really, like, nobody. I started making beats in 2015. It's only like 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. But, like, there wasn't, like, nobody like, oh, like, y'all need to collab for real, like, y'all need, or use these loops and stuff, like, using loops was kind of like a newer thing for real. Right. Like, using a loop from a producer you ain't know at all. So, like, now people are like, you know what I'm saying, they're able to make beats because they're using loops and stuff, and, like, that's cool because it's still a part of the craft. Like, you still got to make that shit sound good, regardless of how good the loop is. So, like, it's to be respected, but, like, it's definitely, like, broadened the idea of, like, I guess what a producer is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with that you're gonna get a lot of mixture of different people, like a lot of different type of producers and stuff. A lot of people with different motives too.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Somebody looking to make a hit, everybody not really looking to be in the industry for 15-20 years, something like that, make a living. They just trying to, like, get their money and go to the next thing. So you know, it's different motives and stuff. So you just gotta attach yourself to the right people. That's you know, they got the same mind frame as you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it's always good to find somebody in the same mind space. So, watching the evolution of the producer coming from, maybe we would go with what 2013 to like now, and how, you know, initially it was like the producers were, you know, behind the scenes guys. They, you know, they don't really do too much extra. It's just they make their music. the artist is out there in the front, of course, and the producer's cool with being in the back. But now it's crazy, and I'm loving it because my nephew produces as well, so I shout out producers all the time. So I love to see that now producers are getting to that point to where they're getting so much recognition for the work that they do, and they're getting love, and the flowers is being brought out, because now you're getting producers dropping albums and they're saying, okay, for instance, you got DJ Khaled say, okay, this is my album featuring such and such and such and such and such. Before it wasn't like that. So it's dope to see that. Tell me how that has affected you as a producer, and how did you feel about that when you started noticing, okay, we're finally getting some recognition for the work that we do.
I thought that was dope for real. Like, I feel like a guy like Zaytoven, like Metro Boomin, they really like burst the doors open for that too. Mm-hmm. With just like their branding and how they really went about their image and stuff. I would say it's gonna make the average producer work harder now too, because now you have to come with. You got to come to the table with something more than just a good beat. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? We need you to. They need you to come to the table with some type of leverage. Like, they want somebody that's gonna bring something to them. So like, I will say it shifted the game to that. I think before it was more so about like craft and what somebody was hearing from you, and now it's more so about like, I wouldn't say completely clout, but to an extent clout, and like, you know what I'm saying? What have you done to deserve to be in this place?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that always played a key role, but I definitely think it's dope now. I think producers been able to leverage a lot more too. Like, I'm actually about to drop my own tape. And I got some of my artists dropping on there, and some instrumentals, like with collab instrumentals with some producers I fuck with too. So that's something I'm about to do, and I got like my own publishing and all that stuff too.
That's dope.
Like, but yeah, dope. Like I definitely think the game is evolving to that. Like, I think the producer within the next 3 years is gonna be more in control of the music industry than anybody else. For real.
Absolutely.
Just looking at some of these like major producers that are starting these major labels, like Metro Boomin has a major label right now. That's, he does very well too. So it's only gonna open the doors for more people like that. So.
Absolutely, and it's dope to see it. Like, I'm really loving it. I mean, because now as producers, you guys are being held to the same standards as the artists were. So when they diagnose an artist, they're like, okay, what does he bring as far as charisma is concerned? What about the flair? What does he bring as far? Does he have anything that's iconic that makes him stand out, that makes him him? And so on and so forth. So it's crazy how it's getting to that now. So it will be, because I never minded it, honestly, because I'm a music connoisseur. I love music. So honestly, I could listen to a song without lyrics and be okay, and just appreciate the actual beat and the music and the production of the music. Like, for instance, I listen to Kanye songs all the time without the lyrics. Like, anything that he produces,
just listen to the beat.
Yes. What was it? The Life of Pablo, that album right there?
Yeah, that album was crazy.
Masterpiece. Production-wise, masterpiece. It was crazy. Like, it was certain songs I was like, man, I wish I was just sitting in the studio, like, just while he created it. Ultralight Beam, Waves. I was like, man, that's dope. It's just the way that he's able to finesse those, those sounds and finesse samples is crazy.
Fact.
That shit. Them samples right there, man. Like, I've seen a lot of people work with samples, and I've come to see that sometimes samples can be tricky, just a little bit, because you gotta change them enough to where they're not exactly like the song, but at the same time, you gotta keep it simple enough to where people know that it's the sample. Like, you want them to catch an idea and be like, oh, that sounds like such and such. That's dope that he did it. So y'all have like this fine line that y'all gotta tread whenever y'all are working with samples, and for y'all to be able to do that so effortlessly is dope. Like, the way that you guys work as producers is crazy. So that's why I feel like it's great that you guys are finally getting the recognition, for all the work that you do. Because, I mean, granted, you guys are able to do. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of you all, like you said, you could come up and do a song in like an hour. But at the same time, that's just greatness at work. That's not like, it's not because like, oh, this ain't nothing to do. Nah, that y'all really finessing shit out here. It's just y'all are just that good to where you can sit there and do that. Like I talked with the artist yesterday, and I was letting him know about I don't know if you've heard of him, Black Assassin in Durham.
I heard of him.
Yeah, my homie Black. He sits there. I remember coming to the studio one day. My man's was making a song for an artist that was in the studio at that moment. My man's was rolling a blunt. Click. Roll back the blunt again. Let that motherfucker loop. Go to the store, get a Black and Mild, ask anybody they need anything, come back. It's still looping while he gone. Come back, press some more notes in, do. Light the blunt, smoke it a little bit, pour him a drink, and then next thing you know, he's like, all right, I'm done. I'm like, shit, nah, nigga, ain't no way you fucking done with that shit, bro. Ain't no fucking way. So then he finally put it all together, and I said, this nigga's wild. Like,
Nigga made the whole beat.
Yo, and it was just like so effortless. Like that's crazy that y'all are able to do that. And I've noticed as producers, you guys typically have like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of songs, and they're just there. They're just sitting there ready just in case. Y'all are sick, man. Y'all's creative mindset is crazy. Y'all do so much in a day. Like, to be able to sit there and just do shit like that, and I understood why y'all have all those songs, because once y'all get to a point where you figured out what your sound and your style is, it's just a matter of waking up and, getting inspired and hearing something and then like, shit, there it is. Boop, putting it in. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like, so explain like the journey. I know you said you started, in college at Wingate, producing. But explain the journey from there until, like now, and how that has formed you in the producer that you are today.
Yeah, so I say like I graduated college in 2017. I moved straight to Charlotte, and so that year really was like, it was a lot of learning for me personally. Like, that was my first time living. Like, I moved in with my wife. Like, she was my fiance at the time. She's my wife now. And, like, that was our first time living together. So, but she always respected my space of, like, creativity. Like, she always knew I was really into this production, especially since me and Nova had been actually putting out music. So, I did a lot of production in, like, my apartment. I had a little setup in my living room, and I just produced beats, and I put stuff on IG. And my manager, Stan, one day he hits me, and I remember the day he hit me because I had I had no money. I had enough money to get to work the next morning, and I was waiting to get paid. And he's like, "Yo, you need to come to this show." There's a show called the Sauce Gala. This was like early 2018, like February 2018. He's like, "Yo, you need to come to this show called the Sauce Gala. Baby Jesus is gonna be there." I'm like, who is Baby Jesus? He like, it don't matter. You need to come. The ticket's $10. And I'm like, I can't do that. I'm like, y'all really can't go. Like, I really don't got the bread. And that nigga paid for my ticket. And he was like, bro, I'm gonna buy it, but you know what I'm saying? Just pull up. So I was like, all right. So I got there. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up. He started introducing me to people. And like, I ain't really named him my manager at this time. Like, we knew each other from college and stuff. Like, we was cool in college. Like, we was boys.
Facts.
So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? He introduced me to people. This is my first time on the scene for real, like, out meeting people. You know what I'm saying? And I met the baby that night. Like, he was telling me, like, this is like 2018, like right before he like blew. And he was like, yo, bro, he about to blow, bro. Like, I know he about to blow. And I was like, damn, man. I was like, all right, like, I'm gonna tap in with him and shit. I tapped in with him after he performed. I talked to him. He was cool. And I met this other artist named Zeta Go. I met him that night.
Dope.
So, at that time, I was looking for a rapper because me and Nova are doing a lot of like R&B style stuff. And I'm like, I got these harder beats that I know Nova probably not really. You know what I'm saying? He can get on them, but they not really for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I started understanding that. So I'm like, I need a rapper. and I found Zay to Go. And I got both of their numbers that night. And it's funny because I lost that phone like that week.
Oh,
I left the phone on top of my car, and I lost the baby's number. But I had Zay information because he followed me on Instagram.
Damn. But
so I hit him up. He was like, "Yo, I've been trying to hit you up for like a week, bro. Like, let's work, blah blah." And so that ended up cultivating into like me and him putting in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Throughout like 2018, I got him and Nova together at one point. They was making music together.
That's
like,
dope.
We still got songs like in the cut with them.
That's real dope.
Yeah, like that was 2018. 2019. 2019 was like definitely a learning experience in my career. Like it was definitely less about. I wouldn't say it was less about music, but it was more about understanding like how things work business wise. Right. Relationship wise, things like that. So 2019, I went to LA. I went to LA with Nova and Sean the First. He one of the baby producers. And we went out there to LA. Not my first time. That's the only time I've been out there still. We was out there for like 4 days. But we caught a vibe, made some records. Nova dropped this tape called Chocolate Rockstar in 2019. And Free Bands hit him up. It was like, yo, we wanted to try to... well, they actually hit us up before that. They hit us up when we got back from LA. Man. And they're like, yo, come play us some music. And like, a learning experience I learned from that is that we was prepared for that moment. Facts. Like, we had music, like, we had a catalog for real. So that they booked out like 7 hours, and they was like, we want y'all to come play music. So, like, we was like, damn, we got to play 7 hours worth of music. Like, what the hell? They must want us to make something. Like, we speculating what's going to happen. So, like, we get in there, and I pull up the laptop. We had a playlist put together. We had about 30 songs, like, back-to-back, like, in a playlist, like, play them straight through. And we played, like, about 10 songs, and they were like, yo, y'all can turn it off. They was like, yo, like, y'all shit is solid. But the main thing they told us, was like, just work on y'all numbers. So we left there. We dropped that Chocolate Rockstar. And then, like, 2 weeks after that, they hit Nova back up. You know, it's like, yo, we want to try to come back and do a session this time. So we came back, and that first day we was in there, we recorded, like, 4 songs in, like, 6 hours. That's and dope. They was like, all right, like, this shit is straight. Like, the execs was coming in there listening. They was like, this shit hard. They was like, shit, you know, we gonna book y'all for the whole week. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come back on Wednesday. That's love. So this in Atlanta. Like, I'm living in, you know, Charlotte at the time. So, like, I'm going back and forth from Atlanta to Charlotte. So I think the first week I just stayed down there. We did like 3 sessions back to back. And like, they was fucking with us. They was like, yo, like, come next week. They was like, just keep coming, like, just keep putting in work. Like, we don't know what's going on. Right. But, like, his very last session, that first week, they offered him a contract. Damn. And I was like, yo, like, damn, bro, you just got a contract in 3 days, bro. That shit's crazy.
That shit's crazy as hell.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We know we got people to look at it. Like, make sure y'all handle y'all business. Like, don't get overexcited about opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you read what's in the shit. And it wasn't a bad contract or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? There was just some stuff you wanted to fix in there. So we sent it back, but they give him another contract for like a month. But this whole time they're like, yo, like, keep recording. Like, we fucking with you, keep recording. So they ended up giving him a better contract. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with them. And then we just kept working for real. We dropped the Super Easy last year, like this past year, early 2020. That's dope. Super Easy, like the song Super Easy from that tape got over 500,000 streams. So that's love. And then earlier this year, I met a lot of people, but notably, like, I got to work with Tesh real early. 2020, like, I had been around her before, but I got to sit down and work with her because I came to her with this idea, and this is how I shaped, like, my whole 2020. I built my whole idea around this with my manager, Stan. I was like, yo, we gonna work with everybody that we can possibly work with. I wasn't making any money at this time, like, selling beats or nothing like that. Like, I wasn't making no money. Like, I wasn't doing anything except for people knew I was a good producer.
Right.
So I'm like, well, if I got that leverage, then I know people will at least work with me. You know what I'm saying? They'll take time to work with me at least. I might not make no money, but they'll take time to work with me.
Facts.
The work, we can put the music out, and we put out enough music that money will start accumulating.
That's a fact. Yeah.
So I'm like, we're going to work with everybody that's trying to work. Like, whole first quarter, we're going to work with everybody that want to work with me. I'm going to reach out to everybody, and whoever hit me back, we're going to do an EP with them. And I think after the first quarter, I did like 7 EPs. Damn. I think I dropped like seven EPs. And like, I had like 3 singles, 7 EPs, and like 4 videos out.
Damn. Like,
with my production. So like, and around that time, I met Jack Doyo.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met him, my manager set that up. Like, he was like, he had been telling me about Jack for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, y'all think y'all make some dope shit together if y'all lock in. I was like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? We were just talking then. But he came, Jack was coming to Charlotte one day. He had a session. And I guess Stan seen it on IG. And he hit him up. And he was like, yo, can we push up? I got a producer I manage, Prolific. I know he got some beats for you and shit. And he was like, yeah, I can pull up. So he come and tell me. And I'm like, oh, shit, yeah, I'm with it. Like, let's go.
Let's get it.
He's like, yeah, he gonna be there at 6. We get there at like 6:30. You know what I'm saying? He settled in, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, cool. So get there. When he told me that, I started cooking up, and I made the Dundada beat. That was the beat I made when he told me that shit. And so I was like, I'm gonna bring this beat to the studio.
Damn.
And I bounced the beat and everything, bro, and I left my fucking hard drive at my crib.
Ah, shit.
So when I got in the studio, I ain't had a hard drive, but I had the session on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened up the session, and I had to like replace some of the drums and shit. And that's why my tag ain't in that beat, like in the Dundada beat. Because I didn't have my tag is on my hard drive.
Damn.
I had left that shit at the crib.
That's wild.
Like, yeah, that was our very first time working. I was like, damn, I left my hard drive, so I couldn't play no beats. So we made Dundada, and Jack was like, bro, fuck it, bro, let's cook up from scratch, bro. I don't want to hear nothing, bro. Like, just cook up from scratch. And like, we made like, I think we made like 4 more tracks that night. Like, that shit was crazy. That was our first time meeting each other.
Damn, that's dope, bro.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that turned into Dundada, like his tape getting released. I had Tesh, You a Fool. I had a lot of tapes. I ain't gonna go through all of them. But like, you know, notably with that situation, that turned into the Dundada EP getting released.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 16 tracks. It did like, I think it's done like over 200,000 streams now. Oh yeah,
that's doing numbers.
Yeah, so like, yeah, and that led into me and Jack relationship, and like, we're going strong right now. We definitely got a lot of shit coming for sure.
I can't wait. Like I said, he became one of my favorite artists. I ran into him off of mutual connection of T-Roy, shooting his videos. That's how I ended up running into him. I came to the Connect the Culture event, and real humble, chill dude. Like, I actually met him at the little bar they was doing the drinks, and I walked up there, and he was like, he said, "What do you do? Who are you?" I was like, "Shit, man, I'm not doing too much of nothing, just a little radio, a little podcasting here and there." He was like, "Man, you look like you do something. You do something, right?" I said, "Man, it ain't nothing crazy. It's just a little bit." And like right then and there, without even any questions, he was like, "All right, let's work." I was like, "Damn." Oh,
yeah.
I was like, "Okay, I guess."
Yeah, he definitely an opportunist, bro.
Yeah, he's ready. Like, he's always ready. But that's like the big thing that I've noticed, that when you're in this industry, no matter what, you know, field of it you're in, you have to be prepared, like, at all times. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. What's up? Yes, sir. I definitely been listening to that man right there. Fire, my guy. You're fire. Appreciate you for bringing that music out to the culture, because we definitely need it.
Appreciate that.
But this, I've noticed you just got to be prepared for everything. It doesn't matter where you're at. Like, the shit comes in the most random places. Like, it's My boy T-Roy in here done spoke him into existence. What's going on, my guy? Big boys make the most noise. Shout out to that man right there. That's gonna be one of my favorite tags forever. Like, I swear that's one of the dopest tags. Even though my man's, he ain't even trying to be the big boy no more. My man's he done been hitting the gym and the workouts and everything. He getting nice with it.
He trying to lose that.
Yeah, he got nice with it. Oh, appreciate it, man. Blessings. Dope interview. I appreciate it. What's going on, Kyra? How you feeling, little OG?
Shout out to Z. Shout out to Z the bro.
Yes, sir. But yeah, you could get hit in the most random places. Like I went to Atlanta for Thanksgiving. I'm going there to be fat and eat and chill. I'm not thinking about no interviews, no radio, no talking, none of that. I'm not thinking about none of that shit. But I get to the mall, get out the Lenox, and it's crazy because I'm starting to get a little bit of momentum behind it now. So I went out to the Lenox area, and Slime Life Shorty was out there. Ended up tapping in with him for a little bit. And then he's like, bro, what do you do? Blah, 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 etc. I'm like, look, I'm in the podcast and I do interviews, I do radio, so on and so forth. And he was like, well, you doing that right now? I said, well, technically, yeah. Like, I guess, because, I am. He was like, bet. He's like, oh, I had just signed with OTF not too long ago, and I'm looking to do some exposure for that, and then I'm working on some projects as well. Would like to be able to get some information out. And I was like, damn, I don't even got my equipment. And then at that moment, it was like, you know what, I could do it over the phone for real, but then he probably be like, how are you professional with this and you recording me over the phone? Like, where's the equipment? So I was like, damn, you niggas got to be prepared. I'm over here at the mall, not even thinking about that, and shit like that just pops up. So
that didn't happen to me, bro. I was at 5 Star Free Band Studio, and what's his name? What's his dude name? Lil Soldier. The artist name Lil Soldier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Lil Soldier was in there, and this manager, this dude named Terrio, he was like, he's looking for somebody to engineer him. The engineer wasn't there yet, and at this time, I didn't know how to engineer.
Mm-hmm.
I could work around it.
You could finesse it,
but not good enough to feel confident enough not to fuck up a session. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, he's like prolific. He was like, bro, you engineer, bro? I was like, nah, bro. I had to tell him nah, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn, had I engineered, I would have had a chance to fucking record a Little Soldier, and that shit could have turned into something totally, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what that could have turned into? I probably could have got to play some of my beats or something for real.
That's a fact.
But I got to watch him record and everything, and that shit was dope. And they found an engineer, you know what I'm saying? That shit was an opportunity for him, and he did good because he was like an intern and shit there. So I was like, shit, that's straight. Like, that's good for him.
Yeah, that industry, man, you got to be ready at all times. Like, it don't matter what you do. This shit's crazy, bro. Like, even going in, I remember going to Atlanta. I go to Atlanta frequently. Like, I love there. I used to live there. My sister still lives there right now. My nephew, the one that is a producer out there, he's producing out in Atlanta. So he's been out there, catching that wave out there, and it's dope. Going out to the QC studios and sitting in the studio, just because one of my homeboys, his cousin, is an engineer at QC, and we were sitting in there, and Yachty's next door in the other room, and then you got Lil Baby down the hall, and then you got the Migos in there as well, and then we sitting in here with the engineer, and he literally sat down in front of us and crossed his legs, and he was like, so, because it was a whole lot of us, so he was like, what y'all do? Y'all do anything? And, initially, it's hard to, when you get asked that quick, it's kind of like you don't know what to do with it. So it's kind of like, It catches you off guard. So I was like, nah, I don't do nothing. But in my mind, I'm like, damn, nigga, why the fuck did you say that? You should have said, something. This man sitting over here trying to pass out opportunities, and you just said, nah. And I'm looking at my homeboy beside me, he rapped. And he was like, nah, I don't do shit. I'm over here looking like, nigga. I get that I fucked up, but you can't fuck up the bag too. Like, You see me fuck up the bag, you got to catch that bitch. You got to something, anything, save it. Yeah, like he went down the whole line, and all of us was like, shit, nah, we just be chilling, like blah blah blah, etc. But it's like, cause niggas just, you got to get used to being prepared, and you know, and I guess it was great that we did it that way, cause I mean, who knows? We probably weren't prepared. It's a time and a place for everything. Shout out to Tiana Trent hopping in here. Dope ass podcast as well, sipping on tea. Shout out to that podcast. I share it whenever I get an opportunity to do so. But yeah, man, it's just like sometimes it just catches you off guard, and I'm getting better at being prepared for shit like that. So when people say something, I'm like, now it's like, hell yeah, what you need? Like, what's up? Like, what can I do for you? Like now it's like that, but back then, shit, it won't. Back then, I was like, shit, I don't do shit, man. I'm just chilling. I'm just vibing. I'm just here to enjoy it. Yeah, I'm in y'all world. I'm just thugging it out, watching y'all do what y'all do. And it happens so many times, but trust and believe, never again. Never again.
Man. Like, it's a part of the growth for real. Cause, man, I'm sure all of us have passed up on $1 million opportunities at least once in our life.
Man.
Like, from just not being prepared or just not thinking nothing of the situation, you know what I'm saying? But like that's why it's just good to be optimistic about it. I'm very optimistic about everything. I'm like, all right, let's see what, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I never really turned that down directly. I thought, let's see what's going on first. You feel me? Like let's see what it's about, because that can always lead into something way bigger.
Facts.
And like I've experienced that for sure. Like I experienced that this year, like just meeting people. Like I experienced that me and my boy Jaron. Like he started putting me on random shit, and I'm like just because he fuck with me, like we fuck with each other as people. He just
Facts.
like, yeah, bro. Like I just told my boy about you, bro, in London. Like, yo, he fuck with the shit we making, bro. He said send him some shit. I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, nigga, what?
Yeah, like that shit's dope, bro.
I'm like, damn, he just connected me to a whole nother producer in like the UK now.
Yeah.
So he just allowed me to expand my brand out, you know what I'm saying, beyond our borders and shit. I'm like, that's crazy.
And that's off of networking. That's just networking and talking to people. Like that's another thing I had to get better with. I know personally I'm a Cancer. So as far as like talking to people when I don't feel like talking, it don't work out. If I'm in that mode where I'm like, man, I just need to go to my room, I don't feel like doing shit, I don't feel like talking to nobody, I shut myself off. And half the time they'll see it in my face, like, yeah, this nigga's not fucking with it today. And that used to be my fuck up, but I just recently really started networking this year, and it's crazy that it started, you know, during the pandemic, which is one of the most ironic times to start wanting to open up because everything else is shut down. But I decided to do that, and the connections that I've made have been crazy. As just like the UK, I definitely connected with an artist out in the UK, and it was like, shit, how the fuck we get here? Like, where are you? Where did you come from? How do you know me? Who are you? I don't even. And you know, it's just dope. You know, networking is a hell of a tool. Shout out to that Clubhouse app too, because that shit right there. That
shout out to Clubhouse.
Yo, that app is crazy. I have never seen an app like that.
I don't think there's ever been like a social media network of that nature that's allowed people to like expand like a network that quickly before. I think that's like the first time. That's like the fastest we're seeing that shit happen, because like
it's crazy.
You can access these people on other social networks too, but it's way more complicated. It kind of like cuts out like a middle piece. I can't really describe what the middle piece is.
Going through the DMs and checking all of that. They get so many DMs a day. They probably like, man, I'm not even trying to read all of these. But when you in that Clubhouse chat, ain't no excuses. You hear it. It's right there. We see you, see us, hearing you. So,
and that's like the Clubhouse, like a whole nother thing too. It's like you get to see your network on there. You might get invited into certain rooms, think you can get invited into, and vice versa.
Facts.
So like you get to see the people that's like, all right, they want to hear what this person got to say. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear what this person got to say or this. And we want to hear about this. We need to invite him in here if we talk about this topic. So like that's definitely like a dope part of like Clubhouse for sure that I've experienced. Like people will like ping you in random conversations and you thought, oh shit. like, this is actually a dope topic. This is a useful topic. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I definitely appreciate that shit about Clubhouse for sure. And I've gained, like, a ridiculous amount of, like, Instagram followers.
Yo.
Like 50 followers, bro.
Listen, my following, because I didn't really do too much with Instagram before I started getting into, like, my actual business itself. Or somebody said network to expand your network.
Yeah.
On the nail. Exactly.
Exactly.
But I didn't really do too much with Instagram. I post a picture here and there, so so on and so forth, just to let people know I'm alive. I was one of those people for real.
Right.
But once I got into this, I was like, okay, I gotta keep myself out there, stay relevant, keep my face in the public, keep some content out there, blah blah blah, whatever. So I hit I was at like maybe 1,200, 1,300 followers or some change. Then I did like the little purge that you got to do to get the people that ain't following you back out of there and all of that good shit. And then after that, Clubhouse, maybe like a night later, a night over, I get my followers on the Clubhouse app, and then I check my following the next day, and I'm just looking at the list. It's like follow. I'm like, God damn. So then I look, it goes from 1,200 to now 2,100 and some change. So it was just like, damn, 1,000 people. It said that's the general speaking, by the way. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Big bosses out here. What you talking about? Absolutely. Ain't no man. Listen, I'm already knowing. I follow a lot of people that don't know I follow them for real. I pay attention. I pay attention to a lot. I mean, because I'm just big on the culture itself. I'm a nerd when it comes to the shit. I sit there and I'll go through funnels and pages and profiles and statuses and everything all day. I do that all day. Now I do anyway, because it's just dope to do that. And, I like to learn about people. Hence, I'm doing this. And I like to, find out people's experiences. So, for the upcoming producers out there, by the way, what was the advice that you would give them, especially if they're feeling in that state to where, we all hit as creators and content creators where we're like, man, like, this isn't doing what I wanted to do. It's not,
right.
Getting the recognition that I want. Like, what's your advice to those people? I know it's definitely to keep going, but what else is the advice? Shout out to Chino that popped up in here, artist out of Charlotte, in the Charlotte area, pops up in Durham every now and then.
Oh yeah, it was good.
But what's your advice to those artists that are at that point to where they're trying to get their feet up under them for real?
I would say, first and foremost, create some stability. And by doing that, what I mean by that is, like, develop a team. Like, you're not really going to do a whole lot without having some type of network of people that you can trust to move and do some type of business with.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, like, develop a team, because with that team, you can start building on top of other networks. You feel me?
Right.
I might be connected over here at QC, whereas I have somebody that is connected over there at Freebands, and we can goddamn make them connections happen. We can be in two places at one time.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll say definitely focus on that. Producers, like, if you just starting, like, I say focus on loving what you do. Like, when I first started making beats, I never thought about the business of music. Like, I never thought about putting music out. Like, I just thought about, I like doing this. So if it's something you love, like, definitely be willing to stay down and just do what you love, because that's going to lead you to the next door for real.
Big facts.
And, like, I can't stress, I know I didn't say it a lot, but, like, network for real. Like, the reason I got to where I'm at for real right now is because I just kept meeting people. Like, when I told you about that show, my manager got me in. When he got me in that first show, I took the idea of that and I kept running with it. I was like, bro, I'm going to go over here to this show next. So I'm going to go to this event in Charlotte. I'm going to go to that event. All right, this event right here in Fort Mill, I'm going to try to hit that too, and just meet artists and tell them I'm a producer. And start spreading my name. Like, there's no shortcut for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, people think it's a shortcut. I thought it was a shortcut for a long time. I thought being connected to certain people was gonna like turn me up in a certain way, and like that wasn't really the case because I ain't had nothing to stand on for myself. You feel me? I ain't had no foundation for myself. I had no branding. I had no, you know what I'm saying? I had no credibility to some of these people looking. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
In a sense. Even though I'm credible in my own mind, I'm credible in what I can bring to the table, but that ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really bring something to the table to get something out of somebody. You know, so understand your worth. Like, understand what your value is, what you're bringing to the table for real. If you don't understand that, then you're gonna put yourself in a position to either get taken advantage of or in a position where you're just unsatisfied. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when people come work with me, I know what they're coming to me for. They coming to me because I can bring something out of their music. You know, they're like, bro, I trust you with this. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I know you're going to help me with it. Like, people literally tell me that. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, bro, but I know we're going to make something that I know with you, I'm going to make something like I'm going to appreciate.
Big facts.
So, that's my lane. You feel me? I take that and I run with that.
Facts.
Like, I don't focus on, like, oh, what am I making? Like, what type of vibe I got to create for this, bro? Like, they're like, bro, I want you to create, bro, and, like, I'm going to work off of you, bro. Like, just do your thing. And that started with, like, Nova. And, like, I've been able to carry that through, like, all the artists I've been able to work with. And they, like, really trust me with the process. They're like, yo, like, I ain't going to box you in, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just do what you do. So try to surround yourself with people like that. Like, surround yourself with people that's going to let you do you for real. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to be like, nah, this ain't it. For the nigga that's going to die, hey, we can do something with this, bro. Like, I can write something with this shit, bro.
Right. It's dope. Person. You got to have somebody that gives you that creative space and that creative, you know, individuality. Because, you know, when you start putting labels on shit and you start trying to say, like, we need to do it this way instead of that way, like, it definitely boxes the artist. It hurts the artist just as much as it hurts the producer as well, because, you know, you're limiting both. I mean, and you got to be able to, you got to let that shit go. It's music. Like, at the end of the day, music is expression, it's freedom, it's expressing what's in your mind, it was just what's on your mind at that time. But, you know, going back to, damn, I lost my train of thought that quick. But going back to where, I'm gonna move on to the next topic because I done lost it that quick. This shit lost my mind. It just rolled out. I'm over here looking at M&Ms. That's what it was. That's my weakness. I sit up there and snack on these shits, and I need to close these motherfuckers and get them out of my face before they fuck me up, because that's the problem. I eat too many of them shits. I got a party size. I should not be eating that for real. That's not okay. That's not okay. What's going on, Brittany? How you feeling? That's definitely not okay. But shit, as far as I would say, the what advice do you have for the artist that's looking for that producer that, you know, that they want to be able to tap in with and get that sound and find the one that's like, okay, for instance, like the relationship that you have with Nova, they're looking for that. What advice do you have for artists for that?
I'll tell them somebody the same thing for real. I say be open. You know what I'm saying? Don't constrict your artistry at an early stage. You feel me? Like, just be open. Like, don't be afraid of your own music. And work with them people that's gonna work with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody not gonna work with you. Everybody not gonna fuck with you. Like, that's a part of the game for real. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Take that with a grain of salt, and you know what I'm saying? Just keep working. Like, just find those people, bro. Like, you gotta get out and really find those people. Like, if you really care enough, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna put intention toward your actions. You're gonna get out there. You're gonna find the people that you need to find to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to attack that. I would say, like, don't you know what I'm saying? Don't wait on those people to come. Like, just attack that, because, you know, everybody, the goals you setting, you're one action away from getting toward that goal.
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, not one thought, but like, literally, you one action away from it. You feel me? So,
just
like,
going to go get that shit.
Move in that direction. You feel me?
man, you got to go get it. So going back to that, I got the thought back that I lost. So like my biggest thing was I've had, people will always say it's not what you know, it's who you know. But which is true to a certain extent. Because like you said, like you can only get but so far off of who you know. I mean, because at the end of the day, you get there, you may be like, okay, this person knows such and such, and they get you to, this event, or they get you in front of these people, but then knowing them goes away, because like you said, they're going to be ready for you to, show what you got at that point. So you could be riding off the coattails of somebody, all the way through the month, and then by the time they get there, they're like, okay, that's dope, them, like, let's hear what you got. And you're like, well, shit, I ain't really got nothing like that for real. I'll just, and then that's like the worst position to be in. I never want to put myself in that position, so that's why I've always been the type that like, okay, I get it, it's cool to know them, but at the same time, I'm gonna make sure I set myself up to where if they got questions, I got answers for it, like, because you don't want to, because then that fucks up your relationship with them, because they 9 times out of 10 they thinking like, okay, this person's around me, so they probably working just as much as I am, so on and so forth, and then they putting their neck out there getting you in front of these people, and then you do something, and somebody does something like that, and they like, well, damn, can't bring this nigga around no more. They like, I don't even want this. I don't even want this man here.
That definitely go back to the point of being prepared and like having that solid foundation as a team and like a real understanding like what's going on. You feel me? Like, all right, like, is this the move right now? Like, does this make sense for us? Like, does this you know what I'm saying? Is this situation gonna move shit forward? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, like, understanding that stuff as a team is so vital, because like it'll take you from being over here to down here to goddamn, you feel me?
Facts.
Out of here. So like that definitely go back to like, you know what I'm saying, being prepared. Like everybody gotta be prepared. Or you definitely right. Like everybody gotta be on their P's and Q's and shit.
Big facts. Somebody
gotta pick up, like you said, when you was in there with your boy. Like somebody, he should have been like, shit, I rap. Like,
yeah, like, man.
He your boy should be like, this nigga tripping, bruh. This nigga be doing, you know what I'm saying, he do radio and podcasts, I be rapping, shit, he be goddamn doing, you know what I'm saying, somebody at one point should have been like, bruh, these niggas tripping. Like,
I was hoping it was going to happen, because I said, damn, I fucked up, because I was the first one to say some shit, but I spoke too fast. That's what the problem was. You gotta. So to have somebody, like, somebody on your team that just got your back like that, like, that's just prepared just as much as you, like, that shit is key, bro. One situation can change your life, and one situation can also ruin your career and your chances too. So like, you gotta treat them with care and just be ready for them. And don't overthink them, because you know what I'm saying. When you overthinking, you thinking you're not ready, but in reality, if you've been putting in that work, bro, they gonna appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna see that. That's a fact.
Somebody real gonna see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I done learned that. Like, they gonna see it.
That's a fact.
Don't psych yourself up. Just go in there and do your thing for real.
That is an absolute fact. Like you, as long as you got the passion for it, it's gonna show.
Exactly.
So I did an interview with a lovely radio host, radio veteran, A. Millie, yesterday, and she gave me a quote, and she was like, "Make sure you're pregnant with your passion, because it'll show." And
I like that.
And the quote fucked me up a little bit, because I was like, "We're pregnant." Dude. Oh no! But then after a while, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. Yeah, because when you pregnant, shit show. Okay, got it. Cool. Yeah. So now I understand what she meant by that. So it was dope. But yeah, like you said, as long as you got the passion for what you're doing, it doesn't matter if you're getting paid for it or not. Like, I pride myself right now on the fact that I think I said it when I introduced myself when you were in the club room chat. It was like, look, I'm not charging anybody for anything. I'm not, looking for any money, none of that. I'm here to make sure that the artist, producer, business, whatever it may be, gets the proper recognition that they deserve, because, I strive for the black community to be recognized. I hate seeing the fact that we get so much negative media and negative attention, and for the most part, there's not shit we can do about it unless we get our own media we get our own media stream. So that's what inspired me to do this in the first place. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing any of that. I just want to make sure that these artists and these people get their message out and get their message across and make sure that, they're doing what they need to do, because it's time. And if we do get positive recognition, we technically still don't get it because, they credit the white people for it. It's just crazy as hell. And I said the example with the whole Thomas Edison situation. They gave him the father of electricity key and all of that, and the credit for the light bulb, but he wouldn't have did that if a black man hadn't have made the carbon filament in the light bulb. So it's like, come on, man. Like you got this. People got to give us credit. Like they don't want to give us credit for shit unless it's bad, and that's it.
I stress that too with my team, like ownership. You know what I'm saying? One thing our team did this year, everybody in our team got their own LLC. We all got our own businesses, official businesses. So we working together. You know what I'm saying? We putting our name on this stuff. It ain't just Prolific and Nova. It say Prolific Productions and it say Galaxy Out of Space. You know what I'm saying? LLC. So we combining our businesses to build an empire for real. That go to that ownership. You know what I'm saying? You got a major label coming in the picture. Nah, we're not trying to do business with you as an individual. We'll do business with you with our business, but that business better make sense because we already making money over here. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, we partners.
We don't really need the money because the money you gonna give us, we gonna make it in time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We not in a rush to be a millionaire, and I'm 100,000 there right now.
Right.
And I know the million coming. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need the million right now, but what else are you gonna offer me that I need for as far as what we don't have as a team? You got to come with something that I don't need right now, or something that I don't have that I do need. Right. This situation don't make no sense. You owning any of my music, none of that shit makes sense.
Right. And that's what's dope, man. We, as black people, we're getting to the point to where now, because they used to be able to get us with shit like that because we didn't have ownership. So they could come in and be like, okay, we'll throw you, a couple $1,000 here and there, and, boom. And then you ready to sign because you're like, damn, that's dope. I'm coming from not having shit to having this. But now, we're getting to the point to where it's like how a father would say with his daughter, for instance, if her boyfriend can't do what her father's doing, then she don't want him type shit. So it's like that for us. It's like if you can't do what we're already doing for ourselves, shit, the fuck we need you for? We don't need you. Yeah, we good. I'm chilling.
Hey, look, with all respect.
Right, with all due respect, I don't need you.
I push that with my artists too. And you know what I'm saying? Just it's good to know a route you want to take. What you going for real should determine the route you're gonna take. You know what I'm saying? If you going for longevity and you know what I'm saying, you want to have, you know what I'm saying, be able to feed your kids off your craft when you're gone and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should look at taking a harder route and, you know what I'm saying, staying independent and maybe owning more of your music, establishing a fan base is going to really pay for your product.
Right.
You feel me? And create that residual income over time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's something you should focus on. That's your goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a star artist or something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need a label to put me in that position, then maybe I take that route.
Right.
So it's just understanding what you want out of music, you know what I'm saying, before you get too lost in the sauce. You gotta understand what you really want so you know what path you need to take for real. And then you're not shameful of that path. You know what I'm saying? Whatever come with it, it's like, hey, it's all good. This is on my way to get to that ultimate goal. So you just gotta look at it in those aspects, I feel like.
That's a fact. I hate this Instagram Live is doing these timeouts, man. This shit is killing me. I gotta end it and bring it back up again. Hold on, give me a second.
For sure.
Boom. Okay. Instagram got to chill out with them updates, man. That shit's crazy.
IG really lame for that.
Yo.
I don't even know why they put a timer on the live.
That's so stupid. Because I remember you could be on live for days.
Yeah.
And now you can't do that no more. They not even trying to do that. It's probably going to be a point to where they start charging niggas to be able to do unlimited lives and shit. But
right.
Shit me. But, back to being able to, do for yourself, especially in the black community. You had mentioned that you made sure that all of you had LLCs. And that's dope that you mentioned that, because I've always preached it to a lot of people that I've come across that didn't know exactly how LLCs work, especially, with me being able to know some people in the white community that do this with their kids. So they sit and get businesses. They may not even run all of them anymore. They'll just keep the little EIN number, so on and so forth, and use that as the business. But whenever you get that LLC, with a lot of people that don't know, for the people that have bad credit out here, when you get an LLC, you can get a business credit. That's a whole nother line of credit, that you're starting off with. But that's something that we don't know as the black community. Nobody tells us that. Yeah, so nobody pushes that. They don't put that. They don't give us that game. So, you're wondering, it's crazy. It's just crazy how the shit just all pops up. So you're thinking like, okay, these white communities are doing great. In reality, they may not be. They just finessing the system, really. Right. And they're finessing. They've been finessing it for years, and they're not as well off as we think they are. And I feel like that's like the biggest thing that I've tried to get people to notice in the black community. Like we got to start doing our due diligence when it comes to knowing, running businesses, like legitimate businesses, and getting them moving and getting them off the ground, because the biggest problem is people are scared to get it going. Once you get the shit started, it's just, and I know you could speak from example as well, is once you get it started, that's the biggest part right there.
Nah, that's facts, because, man, I stopped working, like, probably a year ago, like, almost exactly a year ago, like, having, like, a regular full-time job, and, like, but it was definitely a risk, you know what I'm saying? I got a family, like, I got kids and stuff. Right. But, like, I had people, I had the right people around me, like my wife, like my pops, that was like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like this is going to take you to another level, then, you know what I'm saying, maybe you should think about doing it, you know what I'm saying, full time, you know what I'm saying, and figure it out, you know what I'm saying? They pushed me to do this, like, so I'm like, all right, like, so I really had hit my final straw with, like doing, you know what I'm saying, doing my job and stuff. And we came back in town one day, and I was like, yeah, I'm not coming in Monday. And everybody was saying it, though, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the car, everybody was mad he's coming back in town late and shit. And, like, I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to come back in Monday. And they hit me up Monday, bro. They was like, yo, you coming in, bro? I can tell them, you know what I'm saying, you running behind or something. I was like, nah, you good, bro. So I appreciate you trying to cover for me, but I'm not coming back in. So I'm never doing that again, bro.
I did the same thing. Like I worked at a warehouse, and this is before I started taking this shit serious again. My brother was willing to cut me off, bro. He was this nigga was like, look, until you start taking this shit serious, I ain't got shit to say to you. Now initially, I'm thinking like, okay, he's just talking, like he's just upset. It is what it is. Like he'll be all right. When I tell you, I texted this nigga that night, read the message, no response. Called the nigga, decline. Called him again, decline. Called him again, decline. I'm like, oh, this nigga's really not gonna talk to me. So we gonna see. I said we gonna wait, like maybe we gonna go tomorrow. He probably need to sleep and shit off. Text him, read the message, no reply. Called him, decline. Called him, decline. I said, oh, this nigga's really not about to talk to me. A whole week go by. Still no word from the man. Reading the messages, looking at my Instagram stories, blah, 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 etc. But still ain't heard from him. I said, oh, this is wild. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get my equipment and see what the fuck is going on. Because this man was dead ass serious. And, once I got everything going, he hit me up and he was like, congratulations. And I was like, damn, that's the first time this nigga talked to me in like 2 weeks. From there, it was like, you know, I sat down on the little cherry picker because I worked at the warehouse. Cut that bitch on, put my vest on. And then I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not even trying to do this no more. I went to my supervisor. I was like, look, I'm going to go home. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, I'm gonna go home. Well, when you coming back? Nah, I'm not coming back, bro. You can take all of this shit. I'm not even coming back. And he said, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm dead ass. And I got the response that I wasn't expecting. He was like, well, you know, I support you in whatever you're doing, you know, but if you ever need to come back, your job is here. I was like, see, we're not going to say that because I'm big on manifestation and all of that. So I'm like, look, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to need to come back here. Y'all have a nice day. It's been real. I appreciate the opportunity. Walked out, got in my car, came back home. But that's all off of, you know, me getting big into manifesting. I didn't get big into that until maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. And I noticed the difference that it made before, because before I was not into manifesting at all. That was not something that I paid attention to. I was one of those people that was like, man, shit's not okay. Yeah, I get it. You're putting it out there and shit happens. You know, that was just, you just got lucky. And I see the difference between what I'm doing with my platform now after I manifested it as opposed to what it was before when I was just like, I'm just doing it. And I learned that the difference with it, with, you know, the manifestation, what I'm doing now as opposed to back then is I was saying it, but I wasn't truly like, you know, believing it and truly going with it. But now it's different. Now I actually sit there and I really believe this shit. And it's helped because I've seen it, you know, come to fruition at some moments of time. But that manifestation shit ain't no joke.
Nah, it's real, bro.
Yo.
Like, that's real for real. Like, everything I said I wanted to do this year, like, I spoke on it, like, this time last year. I was like, bro, this is exactly what I'm trying to do next year. Like, this is the plan, bro. Like, this is what we gonna do. Like, we gonna do this. Like, there ain't no excuse to not do this.
You
like,
said that. You was like, yeah, I'm gonna work with everybody I can this year. And you did.
I did, bro. Like, that's exactly what I did.
Shit's crazy.
And that definitely came full circle for me, like, for sure. So
that's crazy.
Just looking at replicating them same efforts, that same energy. I'm just looking at continuing to carry that on, and you know what I'm saying, continue to work bigger, continue to work better for real, like, and grow all these artists that we got in the stable too, and like give them opportunities. You know what I'm saying, just for staying down, and you know what I'm saying, being patient, trusting in that process for real. Like, I guess that would be my ultimate thing, you know what I'm saying, to be able to, you know, build my platform up enough to be able to give back to those people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That gave me opportunity, you know what I'm saying, when there was slim to none, you know, giving me opportunity. Now when everybody want to, you know what I'm saying, shoot, put them people on, I was goddamn sitting in the studio with you all the nights and shit, like, getting them opportunity, like, their music would be heard, so. You know, I definitely look forward to that for sure. That's one thing I 100% look forward to.
That
like,
shit's
being
dope.
The producer of many.
That shit's dope. I got 2 more questions for you. I know I'm gonna let you get out of here because I know you're a family man, so I want you to be able to get to your to your family. The next question, honestly, don't even got anything to do with music. You the bucket hat guru, I see.
Yeah,
What's
I like bucket hats. I really just threw this on for this interview, but no, I'm definitely a bucket hat guy.
I've noticed it. So like, what's the collection like? How many do you really have? Because I feel like you got a few.
I think I really only got like I literally only had like a few. I got like 3 or 4.
Hey, look, man, you're a bucket hat connoisseur, and I feel like it's gonna get to the point where eventually. You know how people used to have the snapbacks hanging on the wall? You probably gonna have the bucket hats hanging on the wall just like the snapbacks. I had to know that one. I was curious about that question. I was like, I feel like this guy has like a whole rack just full of bucket hats, just stacked on top of each other, ready.
In the summer, I'm gonna usually have a bucket on, or I'm gonna have like some type of like dad hat, like I usually get my hats from like it's a store I fuck with, Route 21.
Hell yeah, I love that store.
They be having some dope shit in there, like
hell yeah.
The hats. Like I had one hat that said "Daddy" on there.
Oh shit.
Watch that shit.
Shit, I'll go to the thrift store and get a hat too. Catch me on a good day.
Yeah.
On a good day, sometimes they got some dope ass hats in there.
For sure.
Now the last question I have for you, well, it's kind of like a 2-part question. So the first part of it is, who is in like, you know, you get on a road trip. Who is in like your top 5 for your playlist while you on the road?
I'll say I had to say J. Cole for sure. That's like my favorite artist. I'm gonna say J. Cole. I'm gonna put Jack in there for sure. I'm gonna throw Nova in there for sure.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna probably mix in some Trippie Redd. I definitely fuck with Trippie Redd.
That's dope that you say that, cause I fuck with that nigga, and people don't fuck with him, but
Trippie
I
Redd
do.
is like, he definitely like slept on in terms of people acknowledging like his versatility and stuff. So I definitely rock with Trippie Redd, and then who else can I think of? I've been fucking with Ye Ali lately. It's this dude named, it's this artist named Ye Ali. He a producer too.
Yeah, I've heard that tag.
A lot of his music lately.
I remember hearing that tag before. Definitely, I know I've definitely heard his music, because I've heard the tag in plenty of songs before, actually.
Nah, he don't even got a tag, like.
Or is it somebody that sounds like that tag with that name?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of. I think I know you talking about this dude right here. He just done production for like Chris Brown. I found him in college.
Oh,
like, but he was one of the first. It's crazy because when Nova dropped his first single through Free Bands, he hit, like, he was the first person to hit Nova up.
Wow.
And Nova hit me up. He was like, "Yo," he's like, "You know Ye Ali or Ye Ali?" Like, he had called me, and I'm like, "Yo, you talking about Ye Ali?" I'm like, he like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why you asking me that? He must have hit you up or something." He was like, "Yeah, he just hit me up on IG, bro."
That's wild.
I was like, "Oh, tell that nigga to hit me up."
Right, like,
you gotta work with me.
come back. Come back.
Yeah, I'm like, tell him you gotta work with me. So, like, that nigga, like, hit me up immediately and, like, follow me and shit. He was like, "Yo, I just started Nova." He told me he was producer, boom, boom. Let's work, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Sent
dope.
Like, a big-ass pack of loops. And then he just got, like, this major placement on Jack Harlow album with Jesse. Like,
dope-ass
like,
album,
like,
too, by the way.
Yeah, that album is fire.
Fire album.
That's one of, if I had an honorable mention, I'd throw Jack Harlow album in that dude. Because that album is slapping.
Lyrically, Jack, he's tough. He's tough lyrically.
Yeah.
So the last question I give you for the night is your top 5, your Mount Rushmore rappers. So you got a 5 of Mount Rushmore. I get people with this question all the time, and it's a tough question. But if you could give you like a top 5 of the Mount Rushmore, it could be a mixture of the past and the present, or just all, you know, past. Or if you want to do all present rappers, by all means.
All right, I'm gonna go with. Ooh.
It's
we
tough.
Going strictly rappers or like artists? Like,
I would say, actually, yeah, I would do artists. I mean, because I always talk about that in the show too. Artists and rappers, you know, artists are still the same because they're still just as talented, if not more.
So I'm definitely throw Drake up there.
Yes, sir. I wanna throw my nigga Cole up there. It's like you got so many others.
He done a lot for the culture for real. Like, but he a real quiet dude. So you don't know. I ain't gonna put Cole up there. I'm gonna go Drake. I'm gonna go. If I go Drake, I gotta go Lil Wayne because there's no Drake without Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne discovered a lot of top talent.
Facts.
Like Nicki Minaj and Drake alone. Like,
that's it.
That's just enough. Yeah,
that was enough.
So I'm gonna have to put both of them up there. I'm gonna put Jay-Z up there for sure. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna throw Dr. Dre up there because he's just vital to the game. He is a rapper.
Yes, sir.
And Who do I want to put up there last?
That last spot is always the toughest one.
I'm gonna go with Kendrick for real.
That's a dope.
I'm gonna go with Kendrick because Kendrick broke down his last project. He broke some barriers that rap music ain't never really broke before. So
yeah, Kendrick.
My pop said Tupac.
Tupac. Yeah, man. See, I get when I do the Mount Rushmore. I've always loved the fact. Of course, I'm gonna rock with like Biggie. I'm gonna rock with Pac. I'm gonna do that regardless. But I also want to be like, you know what? I want to change it up, add a little bit of difference to the Rushmore. Like, I love when I hear people add Drake to the Rushmore because people don't understand. People don't really truly understand the level that Drake is at right now.
Right, Drake is a GOAT, bro.
Yeah, he's
certified.
He don't miss. I've
certified.
never seen Drake miss. He's so versatile. He hits different charts. This man did a song in Latin. I mean, for crying out loud, he did a song in Spanish. Like, come on now,
went crazy
and went stupid with it. Flow was crazy. You would think that man was Spanish the way he killed that shit. Like, Drake is like the ultimate. I say as far as he's like an ultimate package for an artist. He is. Right. He's everything. Singing, the rapping, the marketing. The marketing is crazy. His marketing is stupid. I have never seen anybody market the way Drake does, besides, unfortunately, as much as I don't fuck with what he did, this nigga's 6'9", but yeah, that's a whole nother... That whole story pisses me the fuck off, but for my Mount Rushmore, I put Drake, I gotta put Kendrick up there. I put Chris Brown up there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I put him up there, and the reason why I say that is because, like I said, I put rappers and artists. They're different things, but at the same time, Chris Brown, at one point, I mean, and he still kind of is. He's probably like the closest thing our generation has to like Michael per se.
Nah, facts, like artistry, like definitely.
Yeah, and it ain't nothing that he doesn't do. Like, he does everything.
Yeah,
so
do everything.
It's not too many artists that can do that. He's like Drake with dancing added into it. So that's like another step up. And, the creativity that he has and the ability to direct videos and to be able to draw and to paint and to design clothes and to sing and to rap. And that nigga does everything. He is like, there's no way I could never put him on that mountain. All right, so that's what? 3, 4. I'm gonna put Jeezy up there. I rock with Jeezy.
Ooh, Jeezy.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Jeezy up there. Cause I'm a northern nigga, but it's crazy you would think that Jeezy's from New York the way we rock with him.
Right.
He got to be up there. I'm gonna switch it up cause you already said Hov, so I'm gonna add the last one. Do I want to fuck people up?
Man, I feel like somebody I miss for real.
Who? Honorable mention?
Somebody with is fucking Kanye, bro.
See, I was thinking about Kanye.
Kanye's that nigga for real, bro.
Kanye is dope.
I'm really tripping for not naming Kanye over Kendrick.
Kanye is dope.
I'm taking Kendrick off for Kanye for real.
Kendrick off for Kanye? Okay, we'll do that. And see, you done made me want to take Kendrick off for Nas for real.
I could agree with that.
So yeah, I'll replace Damn, we just making Kendrick look bad. We just took him off the mountain twice. Shit.
Nah, he's still that nigga though.
He's still that nigga for real. But Nas is dope. So my last one, I'ma go on a stretch and say 50.
You gonna say Biggie?
50. My
50?
guy 50. Yeah, I'ma put him up there. And that's not just for rapping alone. That's for what he does.
You thinking the total package?
Total package person.
He up there for sure.
Yeah, man.
I agree with that.
Because he got to the point where he ain't got to rap no more for real. It's just
he on different shit. He
yeah,
definitely getting his bag other places. For sure.
He took that whole Jay-Z, Dr. Dre approach. Like them two right there, they mastered that. So they put themselves in a position where if they don't want to rap, they don't have to. So when they do, it's kind of like I just feel like dropping a project or some shit like that. But overall, dope little Mount Rushmore's for real. Actually, you had a very good Mount Rushmore because I was. And then too, the playlist alone, the playlist for the traveling, that one was dope too. I just love that you said Trippy. That right there, I love when I hear people say that Trippy deserves to be on a playlist somewhere because he does. And it's nice.
Trippy, one of the hardest, bro. Like,
he's dope. He
out here for real.
But you know, like I said, I'm gonna let you get out of here because you are a family man. So shout out to that as well for the black men in the family, making sure that the family is straight and being around. That shit is dope. Salute to you for that. But I definitely enjoyed this conversation. This most certainly won't be the last one that I have. You're a dope vibe, dope individual to chat with, dope guy to kick it with. I definitely be, chopping it up with you. For some potential event opportunities that I'm working on as well. To be able to, work with some artists out here in the area. It was all love. The great mind. You got a lot of information. You got a lot of talent, a lot of ability. And I love talking with people that, have that, ability and that talent in that mind space. It is so dope. But I appreciate you coming on the platform, my guy. Most definitely. Because you didn't have to, but you did.
Bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Likewise, I appreciate it. I'll definitely be, hitting you up and throwing out some extra projects your way as well. Go ahead and tag yourself in for your social media, even though it is up there. But, some people don't catch it. Tag yourself in there one more time. Somebody said, show the studio.
Yeah, that's my pops.
He said, show the studio. He want to see it. He want to see it. He said, let me see your working grounds.
Just sitting here chilling right now. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the lab.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Once again, prolific, bro. Appreciate you having me on this platform for sure.
Yes, sir.
Definitely an opportunity for me. And, so I hope it was an opportunity for you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I a lot of people in your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But y'all can follow me. Y'all see at the top at prolificyouafool. On the same Twitter, it's the same thing except there's no O in between in the U, the word U. There's no O.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can always email me my email and stuff, information, all that's in my bio. Y'all go check out that last single that just dropped yesterday. Shout out to Swale, DJ Swale. He working on a collaborative Carolinas tape right now. He got coming real soon. He just dropped a single. Y'all go tap in with him. Co-executive producing that.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? I'll just be on the lookout. A lot of stuff with Jack finna drop. A lot more music with my boy Jaron Smalls is finna drop. A lot more music with Nova is finna drop. So, it's finna definitely be a great 2021 and into 2020 because you know what I'm saying, we not done. I'm gonna drop my own project called Blur that's dropping next week on the 30th. It's gonna include songs and instrumentals.
Dope.
So I ain't never really dropped a project like that before, but shout out to all the artists and producers that are being a part of that. And bro, just stay tuned, bro. It's finna go up next year for real.
Yes,
I definitely appreciate this, bro.
Likewise.
When shit up, you the first thing I'm gonna tap in with, bro.
Yes, sir. Let me know, cause I'm definitely willing to work with you. I'm planning a lot of stuff for producers. I want to do a producer cipher. I feel like I haven't seen that done yet. You've done the versus battle. Different. You've done the versus battle, but I haven't seen the cipher yet. So to be able to do something like that, to where everybody plugs in their beats, and we let that shit rock, and everybody comes up with their own variation of a loop that was dropped and released. I feel like that shit would be dope as hell to see that get done. So I definitely want to tap in with you on that when I get that in the works. But like I said, I'll definitely keep you tapped in. Everybody also check out the Yellow Jacket too. Go look at that. Go listen to it. Go play it. Go stream it. That shit is dope. That shit is going stupid. Go listen to it. I promise you. I listened to the whole thing in like a day. Listen to it. Go listen to it.
It's hot, bro. Definitely go check that out. They got a lot of people I fuck with on there. Shout out to Quail Calm.
Yes.
Producer as well. Jack is on there.
Yes.
She got a T and Corinne feature on there. Yeah, I go check that out. Bro.
Yes. Go listen to it. So for everybody listening that that knows the podcast, y'all know how the sign out goes. This is your guy B-Dot here, the live crew for the culture, by the culture. Stay live. You ain't gotta get live. We up out of here. I appreciate you, my man, for coming on. I definitely will be staying in contact with you. You enjoy your family. You have a wonderful night, and you have a wonderful holiday tomorrow as well. Be safe and continue to do numbers, continue to work, continue to make magic. I'm definitely paying attention. So trust and believe you got another follower in me. So I appreciate you coming on the show. And everybody, y'all have a wonderful night.
For sure, bro. Be blessed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love.
Got a big body, cool, manifest to the road. Got a 2-go coupe, I've been blowing that strong. We don't need to be friends if we don't get along. I've been venting and preaching and all these songs. I don't want nothing fake, keep it real. For once I don't have to leave, but I'll leave if you want. No, a nigga can't sleep till I get what I want. I'm too real for you, I can't be keeping it front. I'm too deep in the game by the rope of blood. Stick on Jack, I'ma pull up and boot. Hope you niggas not stick, cause you niggas not run. Got a piece for protection, I'm watching my ass. When niggas stop playing, ain't getting them fans. I'm too hype for the game, I got out and I'm mad. On the gas, turn off, you can come take the shaft. Just speaking my truth, you don't even have to ask. Got my foot in the door, by the come show my ass. In front, you ain't getting no money. I was down now, I'ma make it out Sunday. Yeah, I pray to God on church on Sunday. Setting up milk, caught a Tyree Hill. I was down bad, had to flex, had to show my skill. When the championship ring, I ain't worried about bills. I ain't going back broke, I've been down that road. I've been down that road, no money. I was down now, I'ma make it out Sunday. Yeah, I pray to God on church on Sunday. Setting up milk, caught a Tyree Hill. I was down bad, had to flex, had to show my skills. When the championship ring, I ain't worried about bills. I ain't going back broke, I've been down that road. Everybody cool, manifest on the road. Got a 2-door coupe, I've been blowing that strong.